All right, so let's continue on. Don't you love these eggs? They're made by one of my suppliers, and she used, I think there's some turquoise and crystal and copper and all kinds of wonderful stones. And eggs are about rebirth. So I think it's really important when you are in a lot of change mode to take personal care of yourself. Self care has to become one of your priorities. So, when you are doing big change modes, make sure you drink water, lots of it. I like Icelandic glacial water. To me, that is one of the best waters available. And some of the higher pH waters are good too, but just kind of notice how you feel. With the Icelandic glacier water, I find it hydrates quicker. So use whatever you can use, but make sure that you drink water. Liquid minerals are also good too. We're getting very depleted with all the crazy energy and with our soils being depleted of minerals. So liquid minerals are always good too. Rest. Make sure that you get more sleep. And if you're having problems sleeping, and sometimes during change we do, I think it's really important to do power napping. I read somewhere, and I believe this to be true, that just taking a nap, and even if you just lay down for a nap and you don't fall asleep, but you just rest, that is 80% of the benefits of sleep. So just resting for 15 minutes can help you recharge. And get as much sleep as you can too. I know that I frequently go to bed really early when I'm in big change mode, and I get extra sleep. And it's just my body's way of saying I need to process things out when I'm unconscious. I'm like, okay, we can do that. I would also say too is watch what foods your body is craving, because sometimes what happens is we get into big comfort mode and we just want junk food or not so great food. Well, what I would say with that is it's okay to have comfort food because it does really help. However, just kind of watch the quantity of what you do. And what I would say too is if you get really hungry for something and it's not that great of food, say, all right, body, can we get this energy anywhere else or with anything else? And just see what pops up. Because sometimes when we're in change mode, and this is a really interesting phenomenon, is like we want a hamburger because that's a big comfort food. So then we start asking, all right, is there any other place? And then all of a sudden, blackberries will come up. So then we go get blackberries, and it fuels the same energy. So it gives us the same comfort. And it's really weird, and it just goes to show there's a lot of connections. But if you get a craving for a lot of junk food and you don't want to eat it, just give yourself permission to ask if there's anywhere else you can get that energy, because food is energy. You also might find too that your stomach might get a little bit more upset during change. And there can be reasons for that. And one of the biggest is that energy is moving. So you want to make sure that you allow energy to move. Sometimes people like taking detox supplements during this time to help things move faster. And sometimes it goes out pretty fast, so maybe it's not that pretty. But sometimes it can help move things on a different, deeper level. Another reason why your stomach may be upset is because all of a sudden you may get sensitive to the energy that you don't want. For example, when people cook, the energy that they have gets in the food. And, you can argue about that all you want, but I'm sure you have experienced where the food looks really good and maybe it tastes really good, but your energy with it is just not great. Excuse me. So it's important that you notice if you're eating a meal you eat that your body really loves most of the time, and then all of a sudden it's upsetting your stomach. Ask, is it the food itself or is it energy in the food? And this is also a good time to start asking for people, meals, restaurants that have the food and the energies that you would like to create in your life. I know I can really tell people who love food. There's a couple of restaurants that I go to where the food is good, but the energy is great. Just because the people love food, they love the energy of the food, they love cooking, and all of that wonderful energy gets in the food. So start asking for more of that. And it doesn't have to be fancy restaurants. It can just be people who love food. So start asking for that. And also, too, another reason your stomach might get upset is because you're not releasing fast enough. So just allow yourself to ask to release fast enough. And it also could be that there's a conflict between the energy that you want to create and the people that you're with. Because sometimes, we have friends and family members and people that maybe aren't the healthiest emotionally for us, but we feel like we have to hold on to them. And I'm not saying to dump people, but I'm saying it's okay to love them from afar. It is okay to take care of you. So the first thing I would recommend with that is just get some boundaries going in your energy field that you don't have to take on their negativity, and see if that helps. And then give yourself a little bit of time to be away from them when you're healing. It doesn't have to be permanent, doesn't have to be a big deal. Just spend some time away, spend some time alone. I personally find that spending time alone when I'm healing helps get things going quicker and faster. So anyway, take care of you, whatever that looks like, and just allow this to be easier.